like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad?
All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Tennessee Titans and our home team. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
There we go. Right there. 54 Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, baby.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hubbard trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Titans' 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Eckler.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Wide. We're going to 53. You go tight. You got time.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide in. 6-6.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
54. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Kill. Hey, kill. 47.
Check 99. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Prescott from the gun on third. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
47. Hey, kill.
36. Go.
26.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
First down, Tennessee.
Ready. I got it. Double time. Baby. 4 down. Check. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second and 15. Throwing right, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Under.
Jam.
26. Here we go. 47.
Quarterback, don't get that ball.
26.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 3rd down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch 54.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Check right 54. Right 54.
I smell fear in that offense.
We're going to 53.
I smell fear in that offense.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott, and it's complete. Henry. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Go, get out.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Let's go now. Check 55, come on. Rip right.
Check it back.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, it's Henry, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
47. 46.
From the 25 on second down, Prescott into a double team, and it's intercepted. TJ Green with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Leads to second and goal at the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Prescott now. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Prescott now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Time to go. Night, night. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check.
Hey, kill.
Prescott yet again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. He's got Fuller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. And Badgley missed it. Off to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going deep for Brown, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The open man is Smith. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Not a good.
You don't get this one. You think you don't get this? You think you don't get this? 50, 55.
6 man. Check girl.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 47. 26.
Running on first down, Eckler. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 31. Prescott is going to find his running back. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Kill.
We're going to 54. Why?
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Pass incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Switch. Mike 54. Mike 54.
There we go. Kill.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
There we go. Going to 53. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Right there. 54. Right there. 50.
Go. Get out there.
Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". Stop your
Gun. Here we go. 46.
54.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
54. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Kill. Here go 46. Watch out. 26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Prescott again. And it's caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his second touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Again, it's Henry. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
He'll look to throw. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. He's got the first down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really with the 4-minute offense, this is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. And
he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Whip. Watch the whip.
We're going to 52.
SOS. Hey, alert 3.
We're going to 54. Going to 54. Why? 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Check 43.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 98 yards. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Mike 5-4.
Here we go, 46.
Here we go.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Why? 26.
To throw is Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
He's coming. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
On first down, Henry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's got Smith here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So some pressure now on the kicker, Ryan Suckup. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Suckup missed it. It's no good. He missed it wide to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Charger drive about to get going. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get in the field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here to tie a game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Defense all day, 47. Undercut.
Now Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Prescott to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to... It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Let's go, baby.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a first throw here in overtime. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Check right. Squeeze. You ain't got nothing. Check nine.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he works free. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
He's coming.
Back to throw here. And that's caught by Smith. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Escapes the defender. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. You got to give him the football again here. He gets the big run down to the 2. Pay it off.
I like it. I like the call, but here's always the question. How many times do we see the big runs and the guy pats his helmet and says, take me out? Why would you go out when you've got a chance to get it again and score?
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Here's Henry, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Titans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us.